Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Just a quick announcement, so go ahead and follow me on patreon.com/bow-and-arrow-tarot to be part of the draw for the Dreams of Gaio tarot deck giveaway. This deck is going to be given away on August 15th by a random draw of all of my patrons over on Patreon. And all I ask for is just $1 a month donation from you all on that site to help me be able to get more of these tarot decks and oracle decks and do more unboxings and reviews and giveaways. All right. But for right now, thank you so much, and on to the video. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to get right into it. We're going to look at the divine masculine, divine feminine, soulmate outlook for the sign of Scorpio. This is going to be for the following week, from today for the next 7 days. This is how I'm going to be releasing these. I'm going to be releasing them as I decide on the day which sign calls to me, at least 2 signs a day. And today we're going to be doing Scorpio and Aries. It's Tuesday, August 6th. So this is going to be for August 6th to the 13th. We're going to get right into it. This is your soulmate reading. This is for those of you Scorpios who believe you're with your soulmate, you found your soulmate. So this is not for those of you who are still looking, right? This is for those of you who have found your soulmate. Now, you may not necessarily be with them in a relationship. You may be apart right now or what have you, but this is for those Scorpios who believe at least that they have found at least one of their soulmates, right? And are interacting with them. So we're going to pull out your 2 cards. We're going to take a look at what your relationship is going to go through this next week. This message will also not resonate with all of you, okay? This won't be for all Scorpios. It won't be for all Scorpios who are with their soulmates. This is just a reading for some of you, okay? Some of it may resonate with you. All of it may resonate with you. Sometimes the message is designed just to reach one particular person or 2 particular people who happen to come to this video. So take that as it may be for you, right? We're going to get right into it. Scorpio, reconciliation. Interesting. Someone from your past is returning to your life. And you have let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. Wow. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have let your friends help you. So, interestingly enough, it could be that some of you may have been on the outs with your soulmate. Maybe you've fallen out with them, you haven't been with them for some time. We won't really know what this all entails until we get your spread out. Now, the weekly for Scorpio is up. You can check that out, of course. And that's going to have a number of forecasts for the week, any one of which may resonate with you. But of course, today we're looking at a very specific message for a very specific couple. All right, so let's get your cards out, Scorpio. All right. So center, main card this week we have for you is King of Pentacles. So that indicates support, right? It indicates somebody who's being very supportive financially. They're being really supportive in terms of like their enthusiasm for either for you or you for your person in terms of, you know, helping them out if they're doing a project or something like that and they need financial support. The King of Pentacles is like the great benefactor, isn't he? He's the great supporter. So somewhere along the line, this is coming up for you this week, right? So let's go a little bit further. For your person, we have Page of Pentacles. How they see you, we have 10 of Wands. And how they see the relationship, we have 3 of Wands. Scorpio, you have for yourself Page of Pentacles. Interesting. And for how you see your person, you have 2 of Wands. How you see the relationship, you have 4 of Wands. Wow, okay. So at the bottom of the deck, we have 6 of Pentacles. Interestingly enough, another Pentacle card. But this one talks about like charity, right? Being in a position where you can help people, feeling charitable, having the type of abundance. Let me move all the cards up. Having the type of abundance that allows you to do things for others, right? So it could be either you or your person, your soulmate, have been feeling as though they've been the ones perhaps that have been giving a lot. They've been the ones who have been supporting. Perhaps money has been a control issue, right? Maybe that has been a form of control in this relationship, and so part of the issue is to let go of that control. Interestingly enough, your person comes in as identifying with Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is interesting because this person is very practical. He's a great problem solver. The Page of Pentacles is the one who comes in and he's very handy. He's very, he's good in a pinch, you would say, right? Like if something goes wrong or something is broken, he's the handyman. He's the one who can come in and fix it. He brings news sometimes of opportunities, right? He brings word of little opportunities. He's the one that says, hey man, I heard something was going on up the block. They're hiring so-and-so, and he's the guy who's always got the know-how. He always knows where to get, where to make money, where to hustle, right? That's very Page of Wands energy. And so it's interesting that your person is identifying with that. It could be that that's how they see themselves very much in this relationship, like the one who's always coming. Oh, excuse me. Hang on a second. Sorry about that. As usual, there's some kind of noise happening outside my window in the middle of the city that I live in. It's like ridiculous. All right. So what I was saying about Page of Pentacles is just that it's quite interesting that your person is identifying with that, because it could very well be that they're feeling kind of responsible in a way. They're maybe feeling a little bit like they're, all of the problem solving may be laid at their feet in a way. The court cards are very interesting cards to interpret because they have very standard meanings in terms of messages or people who come in, and they generally do represent individuals or yourself at a certain stage. There's a lot to the court cards, and with the Page of Pentacles, you're like at the bottom rung of, you're at the bottom stage, right? You're at the beginning stage, I would say, right? Of learning how to master the realm of Pentacles, which is the wealth, the realm of the material. And so at this stage where the Page is at, the Page is just beginning to learn how to do what you have to do to get money, how to get work, how to use the gift of gab, how to use the tools that you have to bring in abundance. Being, for instance, the problem solver, right? The problem solver makes you indistinguishable, right? It makes you indispensable, It makes you indispensable, which provides a need for your service. You know what I mean? So these are kind of like the beginning stages of that, right? And your person is identifying with that with you for some reason. You're identifying also with a beginning stage in a court, but it's with cups. So Page of Cups is just beginning to learn how to express themselves, how to express their feelings, how to overcome baser emotions like jealousy, or how to be, how to be strong enough to tell someone that you like them and to let them know how to communicate your feelings. That's the first stages. So the Page of Cups always comes with a cup, right? With a little token of love. It's just learning how to kind of express himself through love and to give love. And so you both feel like you're in these kind of early stages, right, of something. You're both kind of identifying with being kind of young at heart at something, right? You at expressing your feelings, and your person at being sort of resourceful and practical and learning how to bring in abundance. Now, being two pages, it could be that in the beginning you guys butted heads, and so that's why there may be a need for reconciliation. It could be that you guys feel young in those areas, but you're actually older and much wiser in all other areas, right? Your person may be really experienced at expressing themselves and handling their feelings, and you may be very experienced at bringing in abundance, but when it comes to vice versa, you both feel kind of very new at it. And so that's being highlighted this week for your relationship. All right, Scorpio. Now, your person sees you as a 10 of Wands, which they see you as coming to the end of quite a difficult period. They see that you are finishing up a particular stage in your life that's probably been quite difficult for you, where you've carried a lot of burdens, a lot of baggage, a lot of hang-ups, perhaps a lot of self-doubt, a lot of the type of baggage and hang-ups that that eat away at your self-esteem, right? I mean, Wands is all about how you feel. It's all about that fire energy, that ambitious energy. That all comes from confidence and self-esteem. And so 10 of Wands talks about a long journey of really having had that knocked and having collected a lot of hang-ups, or I want to say a lot of emotional kind of like baggage, really, right? Judgments that we have for ourselves. And so with 10 of Wands, we're at the stage where you've come to the point where you're ready to let it go. You've learned and you're ready to let it go. You've learned more about yourself. You've realized that you don't need this. You don't need these crutches anymore. And your person sees that, right? And how do you see your person? Well, interestingly enough, we have 2 of Wands here. So you see your person as kind of like a real go-getter. You see them as a real kind of like, this is Mars in Aries energy. So you see them as a real kind of like a fiery individual, right? They're very fiery. They're very ambitious. You may feel that they're a little bit too ambitious at times, right? Certainly, like, it could be that you really feel like they're like a little bit, like they bite off a little bit more than they can chew at times. And certainly if they're identifying with Page of Pentacles, they themselves are at like the beginning stages of this. I mean, we all know Scorpio to a certain degree is a master manifester, right? Scorpio is one of those signs that in general, Scorpio people are very successful in life. They have this very determined air about themselves, mentality, and so of course it makes sense that learning how to express your feelings may be something new for you, Scorpio, but learning how to bring in abundance, and I think you're identifying with King of Pentacles here in a way, is something that you're probably quite used to. And so when you see your person, you're seeing them making like these kind of like, they're in the 2 of Wands. They're out there trying to like sow seeds, trying to make things happen. And you see that it could be that sometimes some of you Scorpios out there, you may be feeling like they're just doing too much, or maybe they're shooting for too much. But yet at the same time, it's something that you feel you're really attracted to at the same time, Scorpio. I get this feeling that you think it's very cute and very endearing, that they are so fiery and that they are so kind of like, up to take a challenge, up to make up to try to do something, right? Up to try to make something happen, even if what they're trying to make happen seems like an impossible thing. And so that kind of speaks to, your soul in a way, Scorpio. Just the uniqueness and the individuality of this soulmate of yours, right? Now, the way they see the relationship as a 3 of Wands. So they understand that the relationship is going to take some time and some patience, right? They understand that the relationship does have great potential, and they're in it. 3 is also the number for bonding and loyalty. So your person is very much committed to you, Scorpio. But they understand it's going to take time. They understand that they have to have patience. They see you as 10 of Wands, right? So for some of you who were going like through a 10 of Wands period, and you've kind of either found your soulmate during that time or recently found your soulmate, this person really understands you, and they understand that, right? And they also understand that it's going to take some time for your relationship to develop, but they're absolutely bonded to you and loyal to you. And they're in it, right? They're in it for the long haul. So if, for instance, maybe for some of you, you may have had a falling out most recently, and if you're falling out, if what you were wondering was, are they really willing to stay in this with me, then they are. If you're let me tell you, if you're resonating with everything else that I've said, right, in terms of how you resonate with your identity And if you're resonating with having recently gone through a 10 of Wands, right? Then, and your question is whether or not your person is really invested, because you see them as 2 of Wands, you see them as being very fiery, and in that you kind of feel like maybe they're flighty too. Maybe they're going to be fiery about this relationship in terms of like, maybe they'll be willing to like leave me and just go with something else, because they seem to go and do so many different things, but they're not like that, right? They're not there. When it comes to you, they understand that they need to put in time and patience, and they're committed, right? They're committed, because 3 of Wands is the kind of commitment you need to have to eventually get to a 4 of Wands. And the way you see the relationship, interestingly enough, and this might be why you're asking this question, is because you see this person as being perfect for you. You see this relationship as being absolutely perfect for you. You can see it there. 4 of Wands, it's just like, a lot of people call it 1111, which is soulmate. You know, this is your soulmate. This is the Wands soulmate card, because you see each other as equals. You have utmost respect for each other, even though you may be 2 very unique individuals. The respect you have and the love you have for each other is equal. And so you have this strength, this kind of stability that can endure. This is where, because 4 is the number for stability. And so why would the 4 of Wands be associated with a soulmate energy or a soulmate connection? Because when you're with your soulmate, when you find your true soulmate, there is a stability there between the 2 of you that is effortless, right? Now, I do say in my readings that, you know, soulmate relationships are not without arguments and ups and downs, but that's not to say that's normal. 4 of Wands, when we say 4 of Wands is kind of a stabilization that implies a soulmate energy. What I mean is that aside from like little arguments and disagreements that we may have as a result of our personalities, right? Our souls match, right? There's, you know, our essence, who we are in essence, you know, matches. Who we are personality-wise can change. Your personality is your ego. That can change over lessons, or, you know, you can go through ups and downs in life and you can change that. Your personality can certainly change. Your ego can change, right? And so there can be, you know, you can, but your essence is the same. And it's when your essence meets another essence and you guys really, meet like on equal level, like you really truly respect each other. When you respect each other's essence, right, that's the kind of connection that leads to that heavy stable 4 of Wands. Because what we're talking about is the stability of Wands, the stability of that inner fire, which is what we call your essence, your chi. You know, whatever that is for you and your other person, it balances, it's in harmony with each other, it respects each other, it mirrors each other, right? It kind of reverberates on each other and makes, you know what I mean? You make each other better. And so that's why 4 of Wands is a soulmate. When we dive into the meaning of the card and the numerology of it, this is why it is indicative of a soulmate connection. And so a celebration when you meet somebody, when you have this, because this kind of connection is very rare. And this is what you're feeling with your person. So in any kind of way, you know, if there are any control issues, you're keen to let them go, right? You're keen to let them go. If you're worried or if you're concerned, like I said, about your person being flighty, again, they're not. And that's just something that you can talk to them about, you know? I mean, communication is what we do, right? As humans, we communicate. So in all things, communication is always an answer, right? If communication leads to something dark or bad or in some way hostile or negative, then, you know, it was still important to have been done, because now you know. You know, so there just isn't ever a time when, you know, I have a reading for you guys and I can tell, you know, I would say to you, well, don't bother talking. You know what I mean? Don't bother trying to communicate. You know, the answer is always communication, but I guess the thing I'm saying here is that maybe when you get an understanding of where a person is coming from, when you communicate with them, you can communicate on a deeper level, on a better level, on a more attuned level, so that you can be more honest and they can be more honest, right? And you can really get to the heart of things. I mean, King of Pentacles is the overall card for your connection this week, your divine masculine, divine feminine connection. So, you know, the King of Pentacles is committed. He's there. He's willing, you know, he's in it, right? And he's willing to support. And I think that's really how you feel. So for some of you, if you are away from this soulmate for whatever reason, I'm sure this is the week that you want to have this reconciliation. Because this is a really beautiful connection. And letting go of the control issues is what will help you both get through this kind of like page energy that you have. Because like I say, I feel like your person is probably an expert at emotions and you're probably an expert at abundance, but they're only just now learning how to bring in abundance and you're only just now really learning how to show your emotions. And so this is a perfect opportunity to show each other some empathy and patience, and to let go of control issues, because you realize that both of you are really learning and being a master at something at the same time. Coming out, we have the World, completion. That's beautiful. 2 of Pentacles, there you go, the flexibility, and 4 of Pentacles. So it is all about the money. It's all about, I guess, the 2 different lives, right, for you. But it's right. This still feels right. You have the World. The World feels right because it's like everything is working out the way it should. All your messages are coming in to say that this is where you should be, with whom you should be. There's like a completion to this kind of cycle. I almost want to say a completion to kind of having found this person in a way. For those of you who are, this is a new soulmate relationship, or if you are reconciling with your soulmate, you know, there's a real sense of completion here. Now, again, so at issue is this idea of having to juggle 2 lives. I think that perhaps you're feeling a little bit like, okay, are these 2 lives going to work, right? Is what they're up to and what I'm up to, is this something that's going to work? And you're feeling like you're having to maybe juggle, right, 2 things. You're feeling maybe like you're having to juggle in the sense that they're quite new at what they're doing. So you're feeling like the king, right? You're feeling like the one who has to save them in a way, right? And so it's like you're juggling your life, your money coming in, and having to kind of save them or help them or maybe support them, right? And it's a little source of pressure for you, I think. And so again, you need to have that conversation, because 4 of Pentacles is how is being presented, and that's that feeling of greed. So this could be why some of you have fallen out. It could be that you fell out because maybe you came across, or either one of you came across as being greedy or being miserly or not wanting to share or support each other. And I don't think either of you perhaps meant that, but maybe that's how it came out. Right? And so this could be the reason why you've had a falling out, or why you're even in a position where you need to be, where you're either not need, but you're at least considering reconciliation, right? So again, what would I say to do? Talk about it, but now you understand, right? Now, in fact, if you resonate with this, maybe you understand why you guys had the falling out. Perhaps some of you haven't understood like the deeper kind of sides to it, right? Your person is trying not to burden you. They know that you've been through a lot, and they're trying to be extremely patient with you. If they've come across as being a burden in some way, I don't think that they've meant that. And again, I feel like it's something that you need to discuss with them. If you felt like this pressure of having to support them and to support yourself, or having to somehow make their life better and also juggle your own life, then you should tell them that, right? Because that may not be the case at all. That may just be the way that you're feeling, but they may not be wanting you to do that. They may not even be realizing that you're feeling that, Scorpio, right? And it could be that you just had a conversation about something somewhere along the line, and they didn't realize you were feeling that way, but the way you were communicating, maybe it came out a little differently, and you guys just fell out. So I feel like this was very much like almost a misunderstanding, a miscommunication. And so if this is the case and this resonated with you, then reconciliation is definitely something you should try. Certainly if this is the case, right? I mean, certainly when you talk about miscommunication, reconciliation is always an option. All right, so I'm going to call it, this is your reading for this week in terms of those of you Scorpios who are going through this with your mate, with your soulmate, right? Please take what resonates and throw the rest away. You know, this is a very specific soulmate reading. It's only going to resonate with some of you Scorpios out there with a very specific relationship that's at a very specific time, all right? But please do check out my weekly readings where I throw a number of cards for various scenarios, and probably, you know, maybe one of those scenarios will resonate with you, and then you can go over there and check that out. I'm going to put a link for that in the video as well. All right? But for now, I'm just going to say if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, share. Share with other Scorpios you know. Share it with your mates. Share it with your soulmate. And for now, I'm going to say I love you, Scorpio. Have a wonderful week. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.